Hello, everybody, and welcome to Late Night Football. Welcome to a match reaction show. And I'm back. I'm back. I wasn't here yesterday. I edited a few episode shows. So thank you to him, of course. And I hope you enjoyed those. If you haven't checked those out, do check them out. But I'm back, and we're doing a match reaction show for a preseason game. It's finished Manchester United 3, Crystal Palace 1. And I mean, it should be Crystal Palace B team, really, shouldn't it? Because they really didn't have a lot of their first team players. But it's a good performance from Manchester United. I think we can only analyze the performance really, and it was good. There's a few points there that I thought in that game, but I mean overall, I think the result is good, and I think it's good that they are giving them those wins. But there are a few things to note, and again, you got to put the point that this is a Crystal Palace B team, so they're not going to play this level of teams. They're not going to play that once the season starts. But I did like how Martial played. I liked how Martial played today. He took the first goal was a very nice finish. I thought it was good. And after that, he also had good in play. I mean, the second goal, he was involved in it again, nicely off for Donny van de Beek, who then gets the pass over to Rashford, who scores. I thought again the flick for the Jadon Sancho was good as well. So I do like the way that Martial plays. I think he believes that he can fit into the system with Ten Hag. I think with Martial, a lot of it is belief and confidence. And I think he's got that right now. The only issue with Anthony Martial is always is the fact that he's allergic to competition. Right? And right now he doesn't have any competition for that spot. So therefore he's at his best, he's doing well. I think if Ronaldo decides to stay, or if United go and buy a proper striker, then I think we'll see Martial's performances dip, because that's just the way that he is mentally. I think he's just not a player who likes competition. He likes to know that he's going to start every week no matter what. And that he's going to play, and he's going to get his opportunities no matter what. So he's like that. He's that sort of player. You can't do that at top level, but that's just the way he is. So right now, I think he knows he's not going to be dropped, because he knows he's the number one striker, because there's no Ronaldo, there's nobody else. So that's been reflected in his performances. Maybe I'm being harsh, but I just feel that that's where we are at. But it was a good performance today. I liked him. It was a good goal for Rashford as well. I thought he was. Again, I mean, the goal was good. I just feel that he doesn't fit into this sort of technical style of play. And it's actually kind of interesting, because he actually put a very good ball in which Martial or Sancho should have scored from. Because he's got that technical game, maybe not at the level of a Sancho or somebody else. He's got that technical game. Just doesn't seem like he wants to use it much, or that he can use it consistently. So that's something there. But I thought it was, you got a goal. He did well. He did okay. I mean, again, it's preseason, it's B team, so you got to quantify that. And the Jadon Sancho looked very good. Even beyond the goal, I thought some of the play that he was doing was very good. He was trying to cut the inside. He was trying to be creative. I think the system really suits him. I think the style of play really suits him. And he's of course very technical. He's very creative. He's not like Rashford. Rashford is very pacey and very direct. I think Sancho is a lot more creative, a lot more technical. So this sort of system will suit him, and I think hopefully we'll see a lot more from him. There were a few concerns though, and I think the big concern, of course, is Bruno Fernandes. I think Bruno Fernandes is someone who's going to have to be. I mean, he was pretty average today. Consider the fact that they're playing, the Crystal Palace. They're playing preseason. They're playing a B team. So you have to put that into context. I thought he was pretty average. Based on that, he was pretty average. I think a lot of times. I mean, then I did that forward thing to someone. I think it was him, but it might have been somebody else. But he just looked like. The thing with Bruno is that he's again a bit of an off-the-cuff player. He's not really someone who's likes to take his time and think. And I think he's struggling in that system, because he's got to be a little bit more innovative. He's got to be a little, not just innovative, but he's got to be a little bit more big. He's got to have that speed of thought rather than the speed of pass. And I think he's struggling a little bit with that. Maybe he'll get it eventually, but he's got to be concerned, because there's Christian Eriksen waiting to come in, and I'm sure Ten Hag has plans to use him, and so that's something there. Yeah, it's pretty happy today. There was a few chances as well. There was a one-on-one chance that he blew over the bar that he probably should have at least hit on target. Maybe those ones are difficult to score, to be honest, but he still should have put it on target. And what happened was that then after that he got a second chance a little bit late, and he actually crossed it. He actually cushioned it back, because he didn't take it, because he was I think it was a little bit that infected his mind, that he felt that he could not score. So therefore he did that. So that's something for him. And of course, yes, there was also the point where he almost gave a chance that should have been converted, and ultimately they kind of got away with it. But there was that chance as well that fell for the Crystal Palace because of an errant pass from him. So, or an errant touch. So that was something there that to concern. The other thing, of course, was Scott McTominay. Scott McTominay again. I mean, the thing is, he has the attributes. You feel like he's got the attributes to be really physical midfielder, but he doesn't necessarily use his physicality. So I'm not sure where he's going. I think the fact is that Ten Hag has acknowledged that he's not a proper defensive midfielder because he's playing a lot more further up front. Fred is usually the guy who sits deep. So I think that acknowledgement is there that he's the guy who's going to have to play a little bit more further forward because he can't play. But I don't think he has that dynamism, and I don't think he has that ability to make those sort of cutting passes. His strength, if anything, is as a goal scoring midfielder, and I think he can get you goals from midfield. That's his strength. But you need more than that. At United, you need more than that because midfielders don't really get that much. You can't play every game just because you might score a goal from midfield, right? And when I see he's a goal scorer midfielder, I'm not talking that he gets 15, 20 goals a season. He's probably good for 5 to 10 goals a season. That's not good enough to warrant a starting place just on the fact that you can score five goals a season. And you don't do much else. So that's for me where that is. I thought when Donny came on, United looked a lot more fluid. They looked a lot better, and I thought that was something as well to build on. And I hope he plays a lot more in that. I know in that deeper role. I do feel he's playing number 10 because I think Ten Hag doesn't want Iqbal or Savage to play there, so he's got to play as a number 10 for now. But I do think that Donny we might see him start next game, and we might see him play as a CDM because I thought he was pretty good today. I thought he was very good. So maybe seeing him as one of the midfield too might be something to look at for the game against Villa, which I think will be important. And then, of course, the changes happen. And I don't want to be too harsh, but I thought that goal was avoidable. It was a free header. The defenders could have done it. That was Maguire would be going all in. So you got to say that was poor, but De Gea should have saved. De Gea should have saved that. I think that was just poor goalkeeping, and I hope it's not coming back to him where he starts making those silly errors and it's goals in. Let's hope that's not the case. That this was just a one-off. Team got too comfortable and he was kind of caught out. But it was a save that he should have made, and it will be disappointing for him and for the team that they let a goal in. Especially to basically Palace's C team, because there were subs that were playing. So Palace's C team played better than their B team, though I should say that. But that'll be a little bit disappointing for De Gea that he let that goal in. He probably shouldn't have. And of course the red card. I think Will Fish will be disappointed. I don't think he had a good game anyway. I think he was caught out a lot. He was, and again, this was his first game in preseason. Got to quantify that. It was his first game in preseason, so he's still kind of getting up to the fitness levels. But I was surprised. I'd be surprised if we see him play again on this tour, which is kind of sad when you think about it, because they brought him in all the way from on tour. They flew him in from England. They brought him in, and he gets his opportunity, and then sadly, he's got sent off. So if Varane is back, I don't think we'll see him play again on this tour. But I don't think he looked that comfortable. Maybe it was lack of match fitness, things like that. So it does happen. But hopefully he can use that and learn from it, and maybe he'll need a loan and maybe come back stronger, hopefully, from it. But it was sad to see. But nonetheless, I think overall it was a good result. I think it was the better performance. I think this was the best performance of the three matches that they played so far. This was the best one because I thought they were pretty poor against Liverpool, but helped by the fact that they didn't. Liverpool didn't finish that well. I thought Melbourne victory was considering the level of opposition. I thought there were parts where they could have done a lot better. But this game, I think, at least for the first 60 minutes with the first team playing, I thought they were pretty good, and that's good to see. Hopefully, Villa will put out a strong team in the first team, so we can actually see where United are in terms of their squad evolution. So that's the game we'll look forward to. But let me know in the comments. What do you think? What did you think of the game? Do you think there's anything that stood out to you? Anything that you want to highlight, or anything that you thought needs to change? Let us know in the comment section, of course. Do remember to smash a like for Manchester United for the win. Yay. And of course, do remember to subscribe to our channel on YouTube, follow us on Facebook. As I said, we're going to do, there's a lot happening. There's a lot of things happening, and there's transfer deals, contract negotiations, everything's happening. So we're going to try to do as cover as much as we can. So if you do subscribe, you get notified when videos drop. So please do that. We'll see you again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.